Howdy ho, good neighbors. What's going on? Phil Russert. Happy Thursday. Hope your week's going well. I hope you are you go out strong and you enjoy a long weekend of rest and relaxation, hopefully. But a good way to start off a long weekend is with an awesome comic book campaign. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight with our Canadian friend and our new Flash Gordon colorist. We're going to have a good time talking to some cool dudes who are really doing good things in the industry. I know you probably saw me 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. If you could get past seeing me again, you'll enjoy talking to these two. But we're going to introduce creator, writer, orchestrator, art director, whatever, everything behind the new campaign for the new issue number 3 of the Madcaps series. His name is Ray Jameson.
Hello. Thank you for having me on. As usual, Phil, it is always a good time. And some good news, there is almost 0 snow on the ground here.
It was 70-something degrees today here in New York. So.
Oh, deadly.
Let's also bring on our next guest, who in my opinion is a very underrated artist and colorist, but he's finally getting some recognition. He just announced that he's a colorist for Flash Gordon and Mad Cave. So I'm very excited for him. And he does the interiors on this book, and he's phenomenal. I mean, he really elevated the book, stepped up. Also a cool dude with his own channel and his own art, and you should really go support him, hire him, whatever you got to do, get a commission, because he's just a cool dude and really talented. I don't know if it's Victor or Vic Medina.
Doesn't matter.
Hey.
It's whatever. What's up, guys? How's it going?
Good to see you, Victor. Always.
Yeah, congrats, man, on the Flash Gordon gig. You want to tell, before we get into Madcaps, tell us a little about it, Brad.
Yeah, I won the Madcaps 2024 talent search.
Mad Cave.
And what did I say? Because I keep messing them up.
Mad
You got Madcaps and Mad Cave. I've been doing that for weeks. Okay, Mad Cave talent search. I won it, and it's taken forever to get here, but it's finally done. It's coming out on July 22nd, so I'm really excited.
Congratulations, very good, man. Just bolsters your portfolio, and hopefully continue to shop, and it just elevates you and keeps going on the ladder. And then you could be so big that you're like Bilbo and Ray. Screw them.
Yeah, who are those
I don't
guys?
got time for them.
No, it'll never get to that.
Ray is frozen right now, and it's hilarious because I don't know if it's just me, but now he was smiling. You look like some
I look like Steve Carell and the 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah. So congrats, man. I really hope it's a launch pad for you. You deserve it.
Thank you.
I always say your entry for the Spawn competition was hands down the best over the hundreds I had seen. It was the clown with the brick background. It was just so good.
Thank you.
I've been loving what you're doing on the book in here. As Ray's publisher, he's frozen. As Ray's publisher, I do have to approve, obviously, of the art and everything. And we knew obviously having Dan and Dave doing colors, we're in great hands. But I loved your work right away. So fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping everybody loves it. Ray starts moving, but yeah, I hope everybody loves it. I can hear you.
Cool. I think it's because I have 2 things going on at once. Let me close the other thing. I'm trying to share out this stream.
There you go. Stop looking at porn, Ray. This is a family show. But anyway, Vic, you were saying.
I hope everybody's excited about this book because I'm really proud of this one. Like there's some pages in there that when I have to go back to use them for reference when I'm drawing something, I'm like, wow, I did that one. That one looks cool.
They're pretty awesome. And Phil, Vic hasn't seen these pages colored yet.
No.
So when you show, this will be a treat for him.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah.
Glasses now.
Very cool. Ray assembled a great team. I mean, obviously he picked a fantastic publisher, but he picked a great team. Well, it's funny because Ray and I would be a great buddy cop movie.
Yeah, I agree
because
with
Ray is the laid back, easygoing, good cop, and I'm the cranky, curmudgeon old cop. And I have so much going on. I'm deadline driven as best as I can be. And Ray's like, yeah, I'll get it to you. I'm like, Ray, you got a page, a Kickstarter page. Like, yeah, I'm getting the assets. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. That's
I'm like,
pretty accurate.
okay. And then I got them, 4 days ago, 5 days ago. And I've got so much going on that I couldn't get to it. I finished the page today. And I'm
magic.
like cursing them. I'm yelling at them. I'm like, 32 freaking tears.
It'll be fine.
I was like, freaking Ray, 32 freaking tears. And he's like, yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. So
have you ever heard of the story of the sun and the wind trying to get a guy in the desert to remove his coat? It's just a bet on a whim. The wind just like blows and blows and blows, and the guy clutches to his cloak, and then the sun's turn, he just shines brighter and brighter, and the guy gets so hot he takes his cloak off. I'm the sun, you're the wind. Buddy cops.
Oh shit. So you're saying I'm look at that. See the backhanded? See that?
See what I did there?
Nope.
See that?
Nope.
I'm learning.
Look, there's a
Hey,
look right there.
You're Canadian, you're supposed to be nice.
Well, it's actually a myth. If you really think about it, if you walk up to Americans and say, what do you think about Canadians? Oh, they're great, they're nice. And then the stereotype apparently nowadays is with Canadians. What do you think of Americans? Oh, screw them. They're terrible. I want nothing to do with them. It's kind of the opposite now, apparently.
It's funny how citizens will start hating each other because politicians told them to. It's like, what are you doing? Anyway, Jin Kung's here. He said, how you guys doing? Jin's going to be launching his campaign soon. If you have a link, drop it, Jin. Get some people to sign up. Yeah, so, Ray may be the laid-back guy, but I'm obviously the smarter, better-looking one of the two. And, I'm the more formidable one. So it's just the way it is. But he keeps freezing, looking up to the corner. What the hell are you looking at up there?
I'm looking at my screen, and I'm trying to share out this stream to a bunch of people. So if I freeze...
Where is your stream? Where's your screen? Like 10 feet in the air? You're looking up like this?
It's a 4-foot television. I'm sitting on a couch in front of my TV.
Oh.
So watch my eyes here. Ready? Watch this. Phil, Victor. It's a big screen.
So you're looking at it. He's like, because I just see like this. And when you froze, you're like...
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So before we bore everybody, I want to make this clear. I know everybody, you watch these Kickstarter things and everybody tunes out, whatever. Don't tune out. If you could spend time in your local shop perusing through, the shelves to find a good book, you could stay here and check out this Kickstarter. It will not kill you, even if it's in the background and you just peek when we start showing you some cool stuff. But you're going to love Vic's artwork. You're going to love the colors of the Kemp brothers. You're going to love the covers that he's got.
Yes.
And Ray wrote a really good book. And if you like Dungeons and Dragons and fantasy and action and buddy stories, it's 4 friends coming together after a long time to face a threat that's come to a village. But I'll let Ray tell you more about that. But first, we're going to go right into launching. I'm going to be honest with you. If I play the trailer, it's going to probably glitch, freeze, and screw up everything because StreamYard sucks that way. But maybe if you share it on screen and you play the trailer, we'll be okay, Ray. So give that a shot.
I have a question.
I might have an answer.
Would maybe Victor be able to, for whatever reason, whenever I share a reel or a video, doesn't matter where, if it's on my hard drive or on social media or whatever, the sound won't go through? I do not know why.
It just ducked and disappeared.
Victor's gone. Done.
So yeah. He looks like a whack-a-mole. You hit him on the head.
Yes. To see the eyes come up. Are we Victorless now?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to share screen, though, first to show the campaign, and we're going to launch.
Here, what do you want to share it from? Real, Victor? Or we're going to do it
wait on that for a minute.
Okay.
Oh, wow. What the hell happened here?
You're looking at a screen.
I know why.
Pointing.
I'm reversed now. That's why.
Oh, darn, it's gone.
I have a new setup and it's reversed. That's why.
That was really cool.
Okay.
That's what it was.
I fixed it. Yeah, it was like going into another dimension. All right. You want to do a countdown and make it dramatic, or drum roll, or should I just hit I'm ready to launch?
You know what? This is the first time my anticipation has outweighed my nerves. So I'm just really looking forward to this. I have never had 161 followers pre or post launch, and this is just going to be awesome. A lot of people have. I've gotten a lot of repeat readers, and they're here for it. They're bringing a lot of good feedback. Let's give the people what they want. Just hit launch. Let's do it.
Are you sure? I mean, I could wait a little longer
and make them suffer.
Yeah, I am the wind. Drum roll. I am the wind. I didn't get the code open, you know.
I'm sure there's a joke about blowing there, but I won't say it.
Oh, man, I didn't know you were taking it there. Jeez.
Well, the wind blows. See?
Is it because you're a live stream whore? You're on every damn stream. Was it 62
yes,
or 63?
That's exactly right. Let's do this. I am so excited. Did Victor just become one with the pictures now?
No, I'm still here.
Oh.
Boom! We are live.
Let's do this.
All right, everybody. Do not waste time. Go ahead and pledge. All right, you want me to try the trailer while I'm here?
Yes.
And if it doesn't work, we'll shut it down and maybe we can share it.
That's fine.
All right.
Let's do this.
While making contact with our friends Chazko and Sarlacc, we crossed paths with an undead outbreak in Ivywood. This led us down a rabbit hole involving a local drug called Weave, bandits, kidnapped citizens, and an ominous book which I was able to gather critical information from. Time was not on our side, and we were not the most qualified to address this urgency.
We need to blow up the distillery.
Can't hold this spell much longer! The necromancer is mine. I am your beacon!
The jump scare at the end.
A weak jump scare, but
nice.
A creature we haven't seen too much about. In fact, above my left shoulder here, you can see that creature's leg. Those two things are the only thing we're really going to be showing for this book. Take Victor's word for it. This is explosive. This is a payoff. This is the climax of the story. This is issue 3 of 3. The story has been established. The characters, you have a rough idea.
What is that? What is this? What happened?
That is a very good question.
Oh, yeah. It looks like that on mine, too.
What is going on?
Hold up. Let me have a look at this.
What the
hell
happened?
We can fix that, I'm sure.
What happened? They were all covers. Whoa, what is...
Strange.
What the hell happened?
Strange.
We did the page and it was perfectly fine.
Yeah, it was.
What the hell happened?
That's strange.
That is weird.
That's very strange.
Look at that. It's different again. What the hell is going on, Kickstarter?
Well, you know what? While people are on here, maybe I'll show off some of the covers and the pages here. And we can fix that in the background after the fact. But we've got a live stream going on here. Let me go to covers.
What the hell happened? What the hell happened? Why is it doing that?
That is weird.
That's disconcerting. What the hell happened? Let me go off my phone and see.
That's doing it on mine,
Page
too.
is perfectly fine.
Yeah, it was good. It looked real sharp. That's okay, though. We'll fix this. Anybody listening right now, I'm just going to bring up some of the covers we can show off. I just need to arrange this in one folder.
Trust us, the artwork and everything isn't blurry.
I'm going to be pissed if I got to do all this work over again.
The artwork isn't blurry. So you're not getting a blurry book.
Yeah, the product is not blurry. That's true.
Yeah, but I'm going to be pissed off if we got to do all this all over again because Kickstarter decided to scramble it.
Yes, but we will roll with this punch. This is a first.
Unbelievable. What the hell? I mean, you looked at it, right? You saw
Yeah,
it was perfectly fine.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, I saw
legit.
it too. It looked good. It was almost
Yeah.
like the moment you hit launch, it did that.
Yeah.
Something funny going on there. But here, I'll share my screen. We can show off some of these covers while we have people live here.
It's up on my phone too.
Here, I'm going to hit share. There we go.
All right, what I'm going to do.
So anybody listening, I'm going to go through these covers here, and then I'm going to show off a couple of the colored pages. I'm getting a message from somebody. Oh, somebody's feeling my pain here, but that's all right.
Ooh, we got one backer though.
Very
Oh,
awesome.
D. Hausner. D. Hey, what's up,
I
man?
don't
Thank you.
understand why you did that.
Yeah, very strange.
It was perfectly fine until we hit launch. You know, I might want to talk to Kickstarter about this. I'm just going to try to fix. I have all the assets here. Oh, thank you, D. She had to get Vic's cover. Very nice.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. D has a really cool book called Kid Nebula.
Oh, very cool.
It's like a Saturday morning cartoon. It is so much fun.
Tell us about it and tell her to drop any links.
D, drop the link. Kid Nebula.
I don't get it. It's all fine here when I go to edit.
And it looks funny when it's not. Oh, strange. Okay, so
yeah.
Something.
You know what I'm going to do? I got an idea. Hang on. Save it now and see if that works. Go see if it looks all right.
Reloading.
I edited it and saved it again to see.
Same problem. That's strange. Why would that be?
No, it looks fine for me now. Oh no, it doesn't. Oh my god.
And you know what's really weird? I believe that.
But when I go to edit it,
you know what's really weird? It's showing the cover to issue 2. We got 2 backers though. These people, they know I'm going to give them something good. We're not going to flinch at this, folks. Here, why don't you? While you're looking at that, Phil, why don't you let me share my screen there, and I'll talk about some covers. Then I'll show off some of the pages, and then we'll talk about some of the.
Yeah, I'm going to take care of this while you do that.
Done. Let's do that. Very strange. Backers are coming in though, and I guarantee you folks, anybody listening, just like my background here. So here we have, this is the main cover. This was done by Victor right here. This was his warm-up to drawing the interiors of issue number 2. I liked it. I found out after issue 2's campaign was finished, and I liked it so much I wanted it to be the main cover for issue number 3. So I have this main protagonist cover. I like everything, including just the lighting effect. I think it does a really good job showing the scale of all of them. Their poses don't seem stiff or excessively loose. I'm really happy with how that bad boy came together. Let
me tell you how hard it is to draw a guy that's like 6'5", and then another guy that's 3 feet tall.
Yeah, I love the contrast to that kind of stuff. Brings a challenge, of course, as you pointed out.
Yeah.
We also have a main antagonist cover, lines by Harv Selteres. You might know him for Catwoman, The Flash. My favorite in particular, Dan Ketch's era of Ghost Rider in the early 90s, where Harv drew the first 12 issues, interiors and covers. This is the main antagonist, which you haven't seen anything in issue 1 or 2. But with that said, this is an elven necromancer, as already described. This is the root of the problem. I haven't really gotten into much detail outside of that. You'll find out after reading the first couple pages of issue 3 exactly what's going on. Yeah, an elven necromancer, kind of a walking contradiction, and she's scary. I may be a little biased on that, but you'll enjoy the interactions this character has with the main characters. This is also covered by Dan Kemp. Dan Kemp colored everything under the sun, including Todd McFarlane, Chance Wolfe, Capallo, John Ramada Jr.
Cool.
And the list goes on. Or, apologies, Capullo. It's my Canadian accent.
Yeah.
And we also have variant covers. This is our Chazgo cover. This was drawn by somebody who, by the alias of Pogs Art. Shout out from the Philippines. This is an international project. We have Brazil, Philippines, Canada, the States, and this is colored by Dave Kemp. This cover here is a glow-in-the-dark cover. You'll see it costs a little bit more, and that's why. Everything white on that cover is going to be glow-in-the-dark. I think that's going to be really, really awesome. We also have, this is done by Fish Lee. Shout out to Fish Lee. This is Little Dunanini. The guy is under 4 feet in height. This flaming wreckage. Everything you see in these covers reflects something that's going on in the book. Even Chazgo there, he's usually a reserved person that's always in hiding. In this case, he's not hiding anymore. But here we have Dunanini walking away from this flaming debris. This happens in the book, and it's kind of mentioned a little bit in the trailer if you've seen it. But this is also going to be a lava foil cover. So I told Fish that's what the intention was. So he had that in mind as he drew this. I'm looking forward to getting these covers in my hands. I'm just thinking this thing's really going to pop. Here we have, shout out to Jay Sloan. There we go. Jay Sloan. This is Sarlacc. You see this defensive ward around him. You see it a little bit in issue 1, but nothing really else. You will see it in this final issue. When I was describing what I was expecting from this cover, I was thinking these skeletons should feel something like a non-comedy version of Army of Darkness or Jason and the Argonauts. And it definitely feels like that. One cool thing I like about his defensive ward is you see some skeletons actually trying to bite into it and they can't. His axe, Sarlacc's axe, is a holy weapon. So that skull that's being split, you can see the light shooting through the skull, almost like the skeleton's allergic to this axe, which was kind of the intention. Colored by Dave Kemp, the combo, the two of them, I mean, all of the talent that I've been able to get onto this project for little old me is just staggering when I think about it. Here we have Mike Mez Phillips drawing Madrakis. Madrakis is holding a book that you see.
Mike is awesome.
Yes, absolutely. And I have the physical copy of this cover, the inks. It's beautiful. I don't have it framed yet. But that book right there, that book is something very critical at the end of issue 2. And Madrakis, despite him being very imposing and large and in charge, the scary thing about him is his brain. And you kind of get visually the best of both worlds in this image. Mike hit it out of the park. And then, of course, Dan Kemp coloring it. The combination of their abilities is just stellar. I'm going to stop sharing for a sec, and then I got to reshare something else here. We have, I forgot to put
4 backers right now.
Beautiful. And everybody listening right now, I'm
You're going to be pissing off a lot of people. His page looks like this, and he's still got 4 backers. Like, son of a bitch.
Well, I'm flattered. I wish everybody, if I have anything that's awesome, I wish everybody can have the awesome thing, right? Phil, I'm just going to share this screen here. If you could give me permission on that.
You got to give me a second because I'm working on the page.
Okay.
Hold on.
I understand.
I'm trying to see if I can get this fixed.
That's
I don't know why it's doing that.
Yeah, so strange.
Squirrely. All right. Oh, I see. Okay. There we go. All right. I don't want to save it until I get it all done because then it's only going to save, you're going to see what I put up there.
Right.
at the stage.
There we go. So this is drawn by, everything on this was done by Jenna Stark. The logo, I had pixelated. She added that one on. But this is an homage to Final Fantasy for the Nintendo Entertainment System. So any fans of Final Fantasy out there, you might notice the villain's pose. That's supposed to emulate Garland the Knight. Anybody Google image search Garland the Knight for NES for the first Final Fantasy. It's that exact pose. I like everything about this image. It's not quite 8-bit. It's her style, but it reflects everything about the feel of that game. And she even got to put little tiny tidbits in there, such as Chazgo's three-eyed albino pet raven, their Emex. There's some really cool little tiny details into that. And the deeper you look into it, the more there is to see, like a lot of this art. And the last thing I have on, well, there's two things actually. The first one, much like you can see behind me, we have a special edition trilogy where we have all 3 issues with brand new covers. Sharing right now. There we go. Phil, if you give me the okay to share that, we'll... Beautiful. Okay, so this is issue 3 with a new cover. Here's Dunnan and Chazgo facing against something you see at the very end of the trailer, that jump scare, as it was called. But also, we have, if I can make this work, here's issue 1. We have Madcaps. Madcaps is facing off against the main antagonist, who you've seen in the Saltera's camp cover rather. He doesn't look in the best of shape. And then for issue 2, we have Sarlacc repelling an undead batch of skeletons. But when you put them all together, as you can see in my background, but I'll show it here, when you put them all 3 issues together side by side, it makes this beautiful image. And this was done by Rod Ramos Rodolfo from Brazil. And Dan
My
Kemp.
man, Rod.
Oh, Rod
That's
is
my boy.
excellent. He did a very good job on this. I described what I wanted. I said I wanted this one image to be of 3 covers, and I wanted them, when assembled, to make this nice piece. I wanted to do the iconic, almost cowboy style, where you see the one person, but you only see the gun they're holding and maybe their hand, and they kind of did that with the creature on the right, and then combined the 3 of them up front. Any of those images separate, but when you put them together, the eye draws properly no matter how you break it down, which I am a big fan of. It is an awesome thing. Now, one last thing I want to put together here while people are listening. Anybody who's coming in late, everything looks great on our Kickstarter. We go to launch it, and we have some type of blurriness going on. Everything's hyper.
When we hit launch, something scrambled at Kickstarter. I don't know what the hell happened. It wasn't us, it was them, and I'm fixing it right now for the viewers, just so you know. Right
on. So everybody sit tight. We're going to show that Kickstarter. But while that's happening, I'm going to show a couple pages. This is Victor's interiors. He has not seen these colored yet. I am very excited to show these to you, man. Let me put these in one folder so there's no surprises. I don't need like my grandma or something coming up on a random picture in the downloads. We're going to do this. I'm going to open it up. And everybody's waiting here in anticipation, so I'm going to get this going.
We have 6 backers.
6 already. Look at that. You guys are excellent.
Daryl Gall just said, purchased all 7 covers. Beautiful work.
Really? Oh, my goodness.
Thank you so much.
You can ask Daryl about a blade he has that has a Scottish crest upon it, and it's a pretty awesome thing. So Daryl, I've known forever. When I was significantly younger, by about a quarter of my life ago, I made a wedding gift for him, and that wedding gift is actually in this book, believe it or not. I just want to make sure which ones I want to show off here.
So hi to everybody that's tuning in, because
yes, absolutely, everybody's back it in here. Almost got it. I just want to make sure I don't show off the wrong ones and spoil stuff that I don't want to do yet. And
I just want to, we're going to have to say this every once in a while. I just want everybody to know I am invested in this live stream, but I am fixing a Kickstarter glitch that once we launched live, for some reason the page just went to crap. It went blurry, and I'm frantically getting the page fixed. I'm putting all the graphics back on. So I am absolutely engaged in this, just so you know.
Absolutely.
They're not like censored nudie covers. It's just
it's
yeah.
So you know.
That's a great line.
Unless you guys want to see Madrakis like that, but
well, I think Lori Calcaterra's on right now, and one in the second issue, I hinted that one of these 4 individuals had to disguise themselves as a woman at one point to sneak into a compound. And Lori was very disappointed it wasn't Madrakis in a dress. And when I was on her podcast, one of her loyal fans actually drew that. That's
nice.
amazing. I'll have to look it up another time. All right, I'm going to share my screen here, Phil. So these are the pages that I have on the Kickstarter, which we'll see shortly. There you go, Victor. There's page 1 in all its glory.
Ooh.
So anybody viewing right now, this is the first page. There is no dialogue on the pages that you'll be seeing on the Kickstarter because I'm trying to avoid any unnecessary spoilers. So this obviously will have a bit more going on at introducing, obviously, Perilous Vices, issue 3 of 3. And I showed this one to my son, and he really likes how you can barely see Dunnan. You can just see his eyes kind of poking at the top there. Also, why can't I thing? There we go. Here's another page. And lots of people were asking about seeing MX again. So I wanted to make sure that people know that MX is in there. I didn't want to spoil any action or anything else. So I had to be very, very very methodical on the choice of what pages we're showing off here. So we're only showing off 3. So far, I mean, the first page has a very ominous feeling, and I really like, Victor, how the viewpoint. It's
I like you too.
Looking up, I really like how you did that. And this is another example. Like your cover did the same thing. You do a good job when they're in a group showing how their scaling is. It really feels like Dunnan is tiny, and it really feels like Madrakis is bulky and a little larger than average. And it obviously Sarlacc looks short, but Chazgo looks average. If you see Chazgo without any context, maybe he's tiny, maybe he's large, you don't know, but all 4 of them, they all complement each other. It was really well done. We already talked about this page. I'm only going to show this other one, so keep your eyes peeled here, folks. There's a little bit of action going on here, and
that's the one.
This is a good one. So you can see a little bit of the main antagonist. There's no context. You can't see the dialogue. We're keeping it that way. Some could argue, are you showing a bit of spoiler here? Relatively speaking, no.
No.
I guess there's a lot of good things going on.
That's hype. What's coming after that?
The one thing I really like about what Victor's done, everything builds off of the last issue and the last piece of story. But more importantly, there's times you got to slow down. You can't just be action all the time. Victor told me once that he appreciated my scripts because they're very easy to translate onto the screen or onto page. And
it's so simply written.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. It's beautiful in its simplicity. 2 + 2 is 9 if you add 5 to it. But regardless, this story here, Victor, he was telling me he really appreciated. It isn't all action all the time, especially if you got some young bucks that are writing stories. They want to make sure it's captivating. And well, how do you keep people in on this? Make sure the art has to jump off the page, obviously, but have the cool things happening. Well, sometimes you got to have some anticipation or build up or expecting cool things to happen. It makes the cool things even better. You don't become numb to it. It's the equivalent of eating chocolate every day as opposed to eating it once a year. When you have it that one time in a year, that's the best chocolate you've had in like ages. It's going to be awesome, right?
Please have it more than once a year.
I definitely have chocolate more than once a year. But with that said, there's times of intrigue. There's times of tension in the second issue. There's a lot of sneaking around, and then when things pick up, they hit and they hit hard. A couple of my favorite things going on with this story is, although it's fantasy and although these individuals have some cool metaphorical signatures, they're not the mightiest in the realm, so everybody can kind of relate to that. I would argue, even though Superman has an excellent, solid fan base, as of late, I would say Spider-Man is more popular, and the reason for that is, I would say, relatability. His problem. Superman can like grab some coal, squish it with his palms, and there's a diamond, there's my rent, if he wanted to, of course. Where Parker doesn't have any of that, especially classic Parker. I think that's one of the reasons everybody likes Batman, because on paper he should fail at everything when it comes to metahumans, and well, he wins, and everybody wants a normal guy to win because it's like it's representing them and that person. These four individuals in this story, in the middle of issue 2, they stop and talk to themselves and say, when do we admit that we have bitten off more than we can chew? Or when do we admit that this is out of our league? And when they're about to go into a bandit outpost where apparently a lot of this weave is being stored, this fictional drug, they decide we're just going to scout out the area and quit while we're ahead. And unfortunately, they find some captured citizens of Ivywood. And right away, Chasgo says, we're now out of our league. But they're not. If they do not go and try and free these citizens, they won't be able to look at themselves in the mirror ever again. So they squeak out a win. And now that we have the back half of the day, the back little bit, this scenario is come to realization it's time sensitive, and Ivywood is actually going to have a curse put on it by the time the sun rises. So even if they go to try and run for help or get guards in the city, they're currently not even in the city, they will be wasting critical time. So here we have exhausted, not like pillars of excellence. We'll see if they can actually pull off this win. One of the coolest things, and I've said this before, when you're around your friends, you're more inclined to live up to how they view you. And this story, everybody has good, solid friends, and I've said this here, there, and everywhere. So if I sound like a broken record, I don't care, because it's a very valuable thing in my humble opinion. If you have friends that you don't get to see as much as you'd want to, especially as you get older, you leave high school, you start college, maybe you see your friends only on the weekends, maybe this, maybe that, maybe it's in the summer a bit. It might be a scenario where you get to see them when they're for 5 minutes passing through a city in a parking lot, and your inner child is refreshed. Like, man, I really needed that. And this book is an homage to that level of camaraderie. Yes. It is. Did it fix? Beautiful. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, but I'll finish the sentence I'm saying. Anybody that has that level of camaraderie, this book is an homage to that. It's told through the theme of fantasy, through the medium of a comic book. So if anything I'm saying right now, this is all 3 issues. There isn't like 70 years of lore that you would have for like to understand a comic now that's Marvel or DC. Sometimes you got to go on Reddit and be like, I didn't understand that reference. Hence Steve Rogers' meme, right? But this one, you don't have to have anything going into it. You don't need to do your homework. This is a good time. This is not something where let's see where this lore is going. This story, the first couple pages start with the sun going down. The last couple pages of issue 3, the sun is going up. So you will feel like you're in the night with them. You'll be a fly on the wall as you watch these friends synergize with each other, rub each other the wrong way, and it's all wrapped up in a beginning, middle, end format through all 3 issues. But yeah, go ahead and throw that on there, Phil. Let me reload and see if that fixed.
Yeah, it fixed.
Beautiful. How many backers? We have 7 backers. Wow, we're almost funded.
Yes.
Look
Victory. Isn't that great?
Look at
Even
that.
when the page looked like total crap and I'm fixing it, you had 7 people come in and almost get you funded. God bless you people. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You guys are awesome.
Man, that's terrific. So
I had to put this at the top real quick, Ray. I want everybody to know, unfortunately, shipping costs have increased 8%. That is out of our control. Please understand that we had to adjust based on those shipping rates. This is not us trying to make money. This is not us trying to get over on you. It is unfortunate expense for everybody. So I wanted to put that up there so you know, because we try to be as honest and fair with shipping as possible. Anyway, go ahead, Ray.
For sure. Why don't you scroll down a little bit? You'll see the cast of characters. There's some descriptions about them. They're all very interesting in their own little way. As you've seen in some of these images, they're very unique from each other. Something I tried really hard to do is not have any one individual have the show revolve around them. So I tried to have it so if I look back to the story, if I were to eliminate any one of them, the story doesn't work. Like, they're for sure not going to be able to pull off some of the things that they're doing in the story. I wanted to make sure they all had some type of value. We've already talked about the covers, which you're going to see here as Phil scrolls through them. There's the main protagonist, the main antagonist cover. We've got Sarlacc cover. We've got Madcaps cover. Mike Miss Phillips, Jay Sloan above that. This is the D&D cover with Jenna Stark.
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy. Thanks for the catch. We have the Madcaps Lava Foil cover by Fish Lee.
By the way, if you guys haven't seen Lava Foil, I recommended it to Ray because I've done some Lava Foils. It's the best foil there is. It has this waviness to it, and it does best with oranges and reds. It is just gorgeous. I can't wait to see this book printed.
One of the things, when you describe Lava Foil to me, it reminds me of 16-bit SNES Fire Animation. And I think that's going to look really good on that cover. This cover here is... Go ahead.
I wish I brought one of mine out to show you because I could probably get one in like 5 minutes if you want to give them an idea what lava looks like.
Sure. Why don't we scroll down a little bit first and then
and this is glow in the dark. I did a glow in the dark. I recommend the Ray. It's so freaking bright. It's like a nightlight. It's so awesome. This is gonna look fantastic.
Yeah, I'm pumped to see that one as well. The interior pages that we already talked about. Man, I wanted to show off so many more pages, but I can't. So we have 2 different digital copies of issue 3. The first one is just like your standard issue. There's a premium digital that has all the cover art. Real-time support, baby. Philip. Darn right. That's the thing. Philip is in this. Whoa, that would be my that talking about Dracus dressed as a woman, I think that was. But beard and
keep your
all.
fantasies to yourself, Angel.
We can do that.
Well, that reminds me, Phil, when we were on Aussieverse, when Bo Roth put his head on Vampirella.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
But by the way, there is a video of me when during COVID, my daughters were bored and I let them dress me up and put makeup all over me and everything, and we put it on Facebook. So it is out there, Angel.
The people who want it will look harder. Madcaps After Dark Edition.
Hey, Kevin.
What's up, Kevin?
Hey, Kevin.
So I just want to catch up on some people. Go ahead.
For sure.
You can talk while I do that.
All these comments, man, it's really, really awesome. But anyways, the premium PDF, it's going to have the cover art for every cover with it. So you can actually appreciate all of the art with it. It costs a little bit more because these guys do not work for free, and I like to break even. So that's why it costs a little bit more for that premium one. If that's something that you're into and you really appreciate a good piece of art.
$3 extra for all those covers is definitely a deal. Digitally you can enjoy them, put them as on your desktop or screensavers. You can do whatever you want with them. So very cool.
Yes, definitely.
And Ray will come over and sign your screen too if you guys want it.
Yeah.
Want it autographed. So,
I could do that. That's fine. In fact, I'll erase it and you can pay me to do it again.
yeah.
But these are all the different tiers of the different covers. So this is everything we've talked about up to this point. Take note that when we start getting into the foil cover, it costs more. It takes more to produce. You're not just putting ink to paper. There's an entire process behind it, different equipment. That's why it costs more. And then glow in the dark, it's even more premium. So if you really like this kind of stuff, this is something that you're going to appreciate heavily, but this is why it costs more. We like to break even, of course. Now, anybody who likes sketch covers are pretty darn awesome. We've done that for the last 3 issues, and as you can see underneath there, we've bundled it so you can get all 3 issues as sketch covers. So if that's something you really like, all 3 covers, the titles are going to be different covers, or different colors rather. So the first one, if anybody remembers from campaign 1, it was orange. In campaign number 2, it was green. And the last one, we're going to have purple. And they're going to look really, really beautiful beside each other. Underneath that, as I've already shown off up close, this is a special edition trilogy. The same thing. All 3 issues, brand new covers. Assemble them, make this beautiful piece of wall art. If you can find yourself something... special framework where you can hold them all up as one piece, I think that'd be awesome. You can also buy issue number 1, cover by Jimbo Salgado, colored by Dan Kemp. Here we have issues 1, 2, and 3, just the main covers.
This is the digital catch-up if you only want digital.
Apologies. My eyes are not nice to me. Let me go full screen here. I do have my glasses. I could put glasses on. But I don't want to look too different because I usually have this combination of clothes. Regardless, I don't want to Clark Kent it. Who's this guy? We have back issues, which is issue 1 and issue 2. Kenny Calderon, shout out to him for doing the main cover to issue number 2, rather. And then underneath that, we have, that's the Jenna Stark collection. Jenna Stark is the only individual to do a cover for all 3 issues. So
no relation to Tony.
No, that's right. So with something to understand here, in campaign 2, that stained glass cover was foil. This one will not be foil. That was special to campaign number 2. But if you appreciate her art, you can get all 3 of those together and have this really beautiful piece of awesome, as I like to call it. Underneath that, we have physical catch-up, which is just the main covers. And then we also have trio of covers. So any covers you see there, this obviously does not include the glow-in-the-dark or the lava foil. They cost more, so that would not work into this deal. You can pick any of those that you see there. Any 3, I should say. Any 3 of the ones that you can see there. So if you're liking art, but you don't want all of them, this is a little bit more cost effective for you. Underneath that, this was pretty successful last time. This is character sheets of all 4 characters at level 5, and it's tailored towards 5th edition D&D. So you can play these characters out. It's massaged a little bit to fit D&D better, so the characters have a little bit of liberties to them. But I designed them myself. I made them as true as possible while fitting into D&D rules. At level 5, I think it's a really cool combo. Chazgo is a Celestial Drow Warlock. Dunanini is a Halfling Artificer. Madrakis is a Eldridge Knight Wizard combo. And we also have Sarlacc, who is a Dwarven Cleric Ranger combination. And anybody that were to play as any of those characters, it'd be good. It would be like a really awesome campaign, like a one-shot. And speaking of one-shots, underneath, we have Michael Towers.
Real quick, Ray, let me interrupt you
yes,
here. I just
want
to say thank you to everybody because we just hit our goal. We got 8 backers.
Yes.
We've already
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
That's the fastest. I think that's the fastest we've ever done it. You guys
like a half hour.
That's just terrific.
Not even a half hour, yeah.
That's terrific. It's been the same goal each time, and man, you guys are just knocking this out of the park. I promise you're going to get your money's worth. So this is the conclusion of the story. I'm telling you, looking for the tier that includes fuzzy 20-sided dice for the car. You know what? I'm not against that idea.
Yeah, really.
So Michael Townsend, just to go up for a
second.
Yeah. He's a professional voice actor, and he's also a professional dungeon master. So he's voiced anybody that remembers the kids show Talking Tom and Friends. He was Talking Tom. And any money that's put on this tier, I don't make any money off it. It's to pay just for his services because he does not work for free. And this is one of his means of income. I guarantee you will get your money's worth. Anybody that has never played D&D before, but has always wanted to, this guy will have you up to snuff within 10 minutes. And you will be, not only will you be up to snuff, you'll be having a good time. This is the third time I've done it. I'm not the only comic campaign that has done this, and I've played with him a handful of times, and each time there's always at least one person new, and each time we walk away saying, man, that was a really cool story. I had a really good time. So if you're curious, you'll have a professional, you'll pay for his services. This guy will have you going along this really cool adventure. If there's
How
enough
long does a
room,
game session last?
It depends. It can go anywhere from an hour and a half to 3 hours. It can go longer. Very seldom does it go longer than that. But anybody that just wants to like have a good time, man, it's a good social setting. It's just online. The only way you could have it any better is if we all lived in the same city and met somewhere and did this over a table. But that's a story for another time. Now, for heavy hitters that really like completionist and collections. First, we have the enthusiast tier. So you get one t-shirt, which you'll see later in the add-ons, and you get one issue that is not the lava foil or the glow in the dark. So the combination of the two, we have some options. You'll see on the t-shirts, there's actually some art without any of the dressing on it. So you can see it like the picture naked, as they say. Underneath that, we have the blanket, or we like to call it a plush tapestry. You can get any one of the 3 covers from issues 1, 2, or 3, the main covers, that is. Underneath that, we call it the septet of covers. So you will get all 7 available variant covers, issue 3 and all available variant covers, including glow in the dark and lava foil. So if you're one of those completionists, this is the bee's knees. You'll have the Final Fantasy tribute cover, you'll have the lava foil, you will have the glow in the dark, and you'll have everything else under the sun with talent, so much talent seeping in that page. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the joke of if Chuck Norris and Mr. T walked into a room, that room by physics would have to explode because no room can hold that much awesome. These images on that graphic are almost to that caliber. The amount of talent in that graphic represented through those covers is just staggering. I still am beside myself at times by asking from Victor here and everybody else, would you be interested in this project? This is my first time making a comic. And they're like, sure. These are people that have everywhere and anywhere in between. And in regards to like the greats of the greats that they bumped elbow with and establishing themselves and all the cool art they've done. And here I am getting their fingerprints metaphorically all over this project. It's a really awesome experience. Underneath that, we're calling it the issue 3 complete collection. So almost all of the add-ons that you'll find in this campaign, including some pinups, a map of where this takes place, a t-shirt, a blanket, all of the covers, the special edition trilogy. Go in there and read it for yourself. There it is it is the whole thing wrapped together. That's the best bang for your buck. If you and maybe some friends you know that are interested in some of these things, maybe you can both contribute and to buy this one tier and you can all get something out of it. Or like I said before, some people are diehard completionists. I was happy to give them this option. And then underneath that is what we're calling the Omnibus Collection. This is the entire story arc, everything you can get on it. It is very similar to the previous, with the main differences being it also has a copy of issue 1 and issue 2. So the main covers will be available there. And underneath that, we have all of the add-ons. So the map is mentioned. Shout out to Storm Wickham, who drew that for me, and Dan Kemp, who gave it the appropriate level of coloring. It looks like a faded map with some ink on it. The
FYI, map would have come in handy when drawing the book. I'm just saying.
Good to know. Good to know. I wish I knew that. All right. Sean Langley, who did this pinup for issue 1. This is in color. That's the entire group. It's a depiction of the first issue where they help stave off the undead. They help the guards stave off, rather. You can also get, for an extra $5, you can get the color and the black and white. One of the coolest things that I've always appreciated is when you see a really good picture, and then when you take the color away, you can really see how the black and white set up, how the color, how they could synergize with each other. So I really appreciate a good black and white pinup, and you can get both there for just an extra $5 compared to just getting the color one. Here's a metallic foil poster. This one was one of the variant covers of issue 2. This was the first time you see Emmix. It was liked so much I brought it back. So if anybody loves that art, Jay Sloan, shout out to Jay Sloan, Dave Kemp colored. That's metal foil. That is available again. But also, because the combination of the two was so successful, we also have those two individuals and their talent combined for this Sarlacc cover, also a metal foil poster. So if you like metal foil, one thing I've tried, I don't want to say it's a challenge, but I was very mindful of, is Chazgo and Sarlacc. Both of their abilities have a lot to do with light. So I wanted to make sure their light sources look different. So Chazgo is like a bluey white, predominantly white. And Sarlacc's is supposed to be like a pale gold. And because of that, I think they both look good in foil cover because it makes it look more like light, if that makes sense. Underneath that, we have the t-shirt options. There we go there. Those three covers, we got Sarlacc, we have Madrakis, and we have the main antagonist cover. And then, of course, there's this half-decent team, which I'm happy to be a part of. There's myself, there's Victor, we have our colorist, Dan Kemp, we have our letterer, Micah Myers, and then, of course, definitely not the least, is Phil Russert, and I want to give a good shout-out and thank you to Phil. I really appreciate the risk. I really appreciate the risk that
you definitely do.
That giant man took on me. He stuck his neck out for me, and I really, really appreciate it. All of this adventure, this network, and Phil said that he's appreciated this story enough. He's going to put it into local comic shops and then trade paperback and do the same. I'm humbled, and I really appreciate all of the nice things that everybody that's been working on this with me has been saying about it, and everybody that's been backing it and repeat backers. I'm glad it's something. I'm glad I didn't waste your money. I think it's a great story in my biased opinion, but other people are saying it's good too, so I'm happy to complete this thing out. Thank you, Dee. Thanks for the nice words there.
Yeah, I tease you, but you're a nice guy and you're a good creator and you put out a good work, good job. But I'm of the generation that if I tease you, it's because I like you. If I don't like you, I'm not teasing you.
I'm the baby of my family, and I'm almost Gen X, so I've got a foothold in that realm. My skin's a little thicker.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I just want to add to what Ray was saying. If anybody out there still on the fence about getting the books, maybe you're not into the fantasy elements. I wasn't either when I took on the book. I read the script, and I ended up loving what I was reading. I'm a superhero guy, so to read a fantasy story that had more than just, the normal elements of what you would think Dungeons and Dragons or anything like that, the book is just fun. I was excited to take it on once I read the script. So if you're still on the fence about it, really pick it up. It's a fantastic book. The read is great, and you know, from my points of view, some of my best work I've done to date, and this is in issue 3. I really poured my heart and soul into it, so that way, in the future, if I look back, I'll be proud of it. And it's just a fun issue. I'm so glad that issue 3 ends the way it does, because it's a roller coaster ride, and I got to draw it, so it's fun. So go pick it up. I guarantee you won't be disappointed.
Right.
By the way, Paige, drop your links to your stuff going on. Please do. When you sent me the script, I mean, I love fantasy to begin with, and I felt that the comic world is kind of deficient of solid fantasy genre books. I mean, just in general, there aren't many made, and then when they are, I don't know, they're too derivative. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And what I liked is Madcaps was not derivative. It was actually quite different. I mean, you're dealing with a drug epidemic, you know, and things like that. It didn't lose its fantasy feel, but at the same time, it wasn't the same old, oh, swords and sorcerers and dragons and ooh, evil. You know, it just, you know, it just, there's only so much you could do in the fantasy realm, I feel sometimes. And Ray went outside the box, but he didn't go so far outside the box that you're like, that's not fantasy. It's just got a skin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. Some people,
of course it is. I said it.
Yeah, of course. But one thing somebody asked me once, if I were to get into Marvel Comics, where would I start? Well, although I'm a big fan of Secret Wars from 1984, I really like, but that's a bad first book, and the reason for that is there's too much going on. You want to see Peter Parker lose Uncle Ben and then realize that he had a hand in why Uncle Ben is dead. You want to see that. You don't need to see him getting flung around by Magneto in Secret Wars in a giant metal ball. There's a time and a place for that. My book, it mentions the city. The map that I have in there, it does mention some surrounding cities. You don't know the name of whatever territory or realm that they're in. There's no people slay dragons to save princess and bring her back to castle. There's none of that cliche. I wanted this to feel like, and I said this a little bit already, you feel like you're stuck in the night with these 4 people. It's an intimate setting. One of the things, somebody brought this up in parallel in Lord of the Rings, each movie is great for very different reasons. Like, especially like The Two Towers is great for big fights, and then Return of the King, the same thing. Big monsters, big battles, pieces of buildings getting thrown at each other, and flying monsters, and so forth and so on. But the Fellowship of the Ring, it's very different. The scariest thing that you see at one point is a cave troll, which is peanuts compared to the other movies. And then eventually, when you get to the last third of the movie, and Gandalf goes toe to toe with the Balrog, everybody feels helpless. And my favorite part is the look on Aragorn's face when Gandalf blocks that sword and shatters the sword. And Aragorn stops, and the look of, okay, this is very real now. Like, I don't know.
But the reason why it's so effective is because of the intimacy that it had been up until then.
Yes, exactly. So there's time to justify the big metaphorical haymakers. You got to do some jabs first. And you got to
be invested in the characters to give a shit.
Yes, that's right. So I wanted them to feel like, I wanted you to feel like you were grinding out the night with them. It was a small, intimate setting, and I don't know if these guys are going to make it. The further this goes, the more tired, the more beat up, the more exerted they are. You going back to pugilism, you can't throw haymakers all the time in the fight. You punch yourself out, but you can last a lot longer jabbing. So this is all about timing. When do we throw these haymakers? Did we throw them too soon? And this third is on parallel. So we establish the character setting and giving them emotional investment, and then putting them in a scenario with a lot of gravity. Okay, maybe there's some justification of why I should care about these characters.
Well, think about it. The payoff is, I don't I do or I don't want to see this happen to this character because I'm relating to them in some way or I enjoy them.
Right.
If the thing that's killing movies these days is the fact that they do not get you invested in the character. The payoff doesn't matter. You know, the victory or the loss doesn't hit you because you don't like the characters. They're not likable. We all want characters that we see a little bit of ourselves in, or we see a little bit of what we wish we were like. And that's the point. You want to invest in these characters and root for them. We loved Rocky because he was down on his luck, and we all feel like we get kicked in the teeth by life, right?
Yeah.
We want to see him win. We like Indiana Jones because he was charismatic and he had his quirky humor, and you know, it didn't always go right. You know,
he's always rolling with problems that popped up.
Yeah. And we liked Han Solo and Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia because of all these different qualities that they had. That because everybody's complex. Some of it, we have a little bit of the dark side, a little of the light side. We have our doubts, we have our strengths. We are moments where we shine or moments where we feel like we just want to take a knee. And when you can get into that complexity of the characters that you portray, all you're going to have at that point is the love of that character and the things that you either wish you were like or the things that you say, yeah, that's a little of me, and or I can relate to that. And you do a good job, and you balance out the four characters well. So,
Thanks,
I mean, you know, I hate giving you compliments, but fuck.
If you're not going to give me your respect, Phil, I'm going to take it from you.
Yeah.
And another thing with that, sometimes, like you mentioned, this is a little different from fantasy, but it still feels like fantasy. There are times when I watch or read a story. Sometimes I root for somebody that has a goal that I don't have any investment in, but the character I can relate to for wanting that goal. And I know I've used this example with you before, Phil. I love the movie Cinderella Man, but I'm not a pugilist from Jersey. But I understand what he was like. That came out in 2005. Oh my God, that's 21 years ago.
Dude,
but
the best scene is when he hits so hard and his mouthpiece comes out.
Yes.
And he feels like he's going down, and all he flashed to is, I can't go down. My kids need milk. My kids need food. They're freezing.
He's fighting for milk.
If I go down, they go down.
Yes.
I'm fighting from it. That is just the most powerful freaking moment, and I love that freaking moment.
I just
love
exactly
a good point.
That bloody look on his face as he looks over
and then he smiles.
It's just like, blood going down his chin. And you see blood drop on the ground around the mouth guard.
The smile is, you think you hit hard? You ain't nothing compared to life.
Also on top of that, he looks at him and says, "You've already lost."
Yeah,
like
and that's when the guy lost his confidence.
There's your big one. That's your big haymaker. That's okay. You've now lost.
Yeah, that was the best you got, and it ain't good enough.
Yes, definitely. And I saw a movie not too long ago. This one's very unorthodox for the theme of this podcast. It's called Palms, and it came out just before the pandemic dropped. And it's about this woman who she's a grandma, and she finds out she has she's terminally ill. She's going to die from cancer. She has approximately a year to live. She moves out to a retirement center, and it's a very nice place. There's separate homes. It's like a giant community. And when she was younger, she did a lot of cheerleading. So she wants to start this cheerleading squad. So her whole goal is to assemble these elderly cheerleaders and actually compete at a cheerleading show. Not that they are going to win or anything, but just to be able to walk in and pull that off. And it was almost like the whole story as I want to go out doing something that I like, which is interesting because most people don't get that heads up that they're going to die. In a lot of cases, it just happens. You don't plan for it. But she decided, I'm going to do this before I die. So I found myself very invested in her pulling that off before the inevitable end. And it surprisingly struck me, It was a good story, but that's an example where this person wants something and they want it in a way that you can relate. I could care less about the cheerleading show, but I care that she gets her goal because I think everybody can relate to going out on your terms, which is exactly what she did.
Absolutely.
I saw this
Speaking of
one.
going out, go ahead,
I
Vic.
saw this one with two plumbers that are just trying to have like a successful business, and they end up getting like transported into this other world where they end up having to fight this dragon.
Turtle, get it right. It's a turtle.
Turtle. There you go. Yeah, it's really good. You guys should something for other super brilliant.
You know, that first
Really
one, that first one out of the two, I haven't seen the second one, but I really like the promotion of brotherly love in that, especially like what was it, using the sewer lid at the end to block the flamethrower from Bowser.
Yeah.
It really felt like brothers. You know, I really liked that.
Well, speaking of going out on your own terms, we're gonna call this a night. But before we do, Vic, anything you want to say about the campaign, and then let us know where we can find you?
Just go support it. The book's fun. Like that's all you want in a comic is a good fun book. Everybody, I feel like everybody is like at the top of their game right now. Like colors are amazing. Ray wrote a fantastic story.
Thanks, man.
I felt like it clicked for me. So everybody's bringing it for this. So I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's super fun, and like I can't wait to get it in my hands. Other than that, you can just find me Art of Victor Medina everywhere. That's usually what I go by.
Cool. And are you available for work, commissions, anything, or are you booked up right now?
Always available for work. Anybody wants work. You might have to wait a little bit right now, but I'm always available. Just hit me up, and
You're going to be getting me an Arcane Syndicate cover.
oh, that's right. Yeah. Look forward to that.
What do you mean, oh yeah, like you forgot? God damn it. I'm a somebody, man. No, I'm just kidding. Ray, give us your last spiel.
My last spiel?
We go.
I'll give you my last
And
spiel.
just so you know, we're at 721, 10 backers.
My goodness, that's just so good, man. You can find me on Instagram as Raymond the DM. You can find me on Facebook as DM Ray. You can also find the Madcaps Facebook page. Most importantly, check out this Kickstarter. There's some cool tiers. This book, I've been doing one issue every April, and it's been torture for the last 2.5 years not being able to talk about this last issue. This is where the fun happens. This is where you get to set up and, as they say in volleyball, bump, set, and spike. I've already said how if you've got friends you miss, you will definitely appreciate this story, and you don't need to have any type of intellectual investment into this lore going into it. This is the first time anybody's ever heard anything about this. It is
You don't have
something
an
fresh.
intellectual investment if you just want to be friends with Ray or have a conversation either.
But the last thing I'll do is I will read the inside page of issue 1. This is a quote of Dunn and Eney. Dunn and Eney is a social facilitator, and this whole story is about him getting the band back together for some potential employment on a contract. Obviously, you don't get to see that because they're stuck in Ivywood fixing this problem, but I'm going to read this anyways. It says, "Father, this is not about our name. This is about their actions. You must understand that these three have done just as much for me as any relative has. I would be doing this for them even if they were named Brad, Daryl, and Scott." And what that means is his father's not a fan of humans, Dunnan being a half-dwarf, half-gnome. And what he's saying is even if they were humans, I would be doing this for them.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right. It's great to be a part of this. I look forward to the next 29 days watching this campaign grow. We thank everybody who's signed up and followed, all 162 of you, I believe. And so far to the 10 people that came out and backed right away. And sincerely thank you to those who backed when the page went batshit crazy, thanks to Kickstarter.
You pretty much funded when it was all squirrely.
Yeah. And if I looked disinterested, I was not. I was fixing the page while we were live. So I'm obviously interested in this. I'm obviously invested in this. Phil Ball's name is on it because it's quality. support Ray in his endeavors. Support Vic. Vic's a great artist who could do it all. Pencils, inks, colors. Okay, and
as you
Ray,
can see in the main cover.
Yes, and Ray is really written and crafted a quality story. We look forward to what he has coming in the future. And the good thing about this campaign that you should keep in mind is you don't have to wait for the next issue. This is the entire story right here. Self-contained story. Hopefully we'll have more adventures of these guys, but there's no waiting or anticipation for the next one. You can stream all three right here once you back and we send the books out. And to remind you all that I will be launching my own print on demand, we will be able to print these books in-house, which means you will not wait as long as you would in the past. So not only are you going to get a great book, not only are you going to get a quality full story, but you're going to get this delivered much faster than the last two campaigns. Ray has grown as a creator, and even though I'm technically the publisher, he's doing his publishing part. And the sky's the limit. He's just going to keep going from here. So please support the campaign. Support Ray. He's got 15 illegitimate kids to feed.
That's true.
And go support Victor, who's congratulations again on getting the colors on Flash Gordon.
Thank you.
Victor is someone who's also up and coming. And when you look at a guy like Victor, you may not realize, his trajectory, but you're going to kick yourself in the teeth when he becomes a well-known name and you didn't get these early works. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Hindsight's a son of a bitch. All right. That's a wrap. I appreciate you guys.
Go get Papa.
Oh.
Yeah.
You got to plug it.
All right.
Yeah,
I didn't want to do it.
I'm gonna plug it real quick.
Agreed.
If you guys haven't read Papa, go read it. Go pick it up because it has a twist ending that's fantastic. You won't see it coming. It's like when M. Night Shyamalan was good. So go pick up the book because it's fantastic.
Also, just to add to that, if anybody goes to my Facebook page, I just recently reviewed issue number 1. A while back, I believe almost 2 years ago, I reviewed all 5 issues in regards to the script. Basically, in my own words, if you take the movie A History of Violence and combine it with History of Violence combined with Gran Torino,
Nobody.
And Nobody, it's an old man versus the mafia. And I've said this before. Anybody who loses their father, if they have a half-decent relationship, they could probably remember the last couple times that their dad was able to help them out. And let's just say this retired war vet from Vietnam has got a lot to do in regards to stepping up for his family. There's an awesome twist in it. You will see it at the end of issue 1, and it explores it deeply into issue 2. And Phil, it's well put together, and the delivery is excellent.
Thank you. I didn't want to plug it on your show, but
Too bad.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. That's on me. Sorry, I enjoyed your book.
But thank you both. I appreciate it. The last thing I will say is everybody who reads this book really likes it. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of getting people to be interested. So hopefully you sign up, get us to 100 signups. We're so close.
I liked it. I can't even read. So
it's what Ray said and more. Like you're really not going to. The story goes in a place that you don't expect. I've been told it's some of my best writing. Chuck Dixon really enjoyed it. Said the dialogue was so real. The ending caught him by surprise. I am proud of it. But the one thing I want you to take away from this story as well is not even all the action and the adventure and the relationship between father and son, but so many, we love the women. We love our women. We love our mothers. We love our wives. There is no life without them. So this is not to discredit them, but they will get their flowers from time to time. People will recognize that and acknowledge that. Men suffer in silence. They make sacrifices quietly. They don't ask for the attention. They don't ask for the love. They don't ask for the praise. They just grind and sweat. They will strap that boot on. They will go to that job they fucking hate, and they will come home and answer the toy phone for their little girl. You know why? because we are just built to protect, provide, and do the job. And we get resentment sometimes, and kids don't realize the sacrifices we're making until maybe they're older. And that's part of this story. Every man out there, whether you're the brother, the loyal brother or son, or the husband, or the father, or the uncle, or whoever, this is a toast to you and the sacrifices you make that maybe you don't feel get recognized or appreciated. And that's really at the heart of what this book is. So I just wanted to write something because I didn't see what my father was sacrificing for me while I was resenting him. And it's when you get older and you mature a little and you realize that, and it also takes his part for him to open up and let down the walls, because he was the toughest son of a bitch I ever met. It takes both men to mature, to come to terms and realize the sacrifices and the love that was there. So, having said that, go pick up Madcaps, because Ray understands character development, and he understands the investment that you as a reader want in those characters, just like I did with Papa. And Vic, we can't portray those characters without Vic doing what he does, emoting the faces, the action scenes, or just the simple gestures, the quiet panels of exposition.
Yes.
That's where people like Vic come in and make us shine. We may be the quarterback getting all of the flowers, but he's the front line that is protecting us and allowing us to pass. So
passing out water, but I'll take that.
So very happy to work with you guys. I appreciate you both, and thank you for the kind shout out. Anyway, go get Madcaps, or I will toilet paper your house. I will find out where you live, and I will toilet paper your house. All right, and I have an Irishman's GI tract. I got plenty of toilet paper. All right. So I know you guys probably are not familiar how I end the show all the time. Ray might be.
I am.
I say two things to end my show, Vic. If you don't know it, it's okay. I won't hold it against you. If you do, let me know now, and I'll let you guys do the call out.
Oh, I don't know it. So.
All right, well, fucking guy didn't even remember he had a cover ready for me.
I know the second half, which begins with "and have fun," but I forget the first part.
Yeah, but you say it like a Canadian. You just don't say it right.
Well, I can put on a fake accent. You want me to do it as a Scotsman and have fun? That one?
You got to say it like Billy Crystal, though. All right, so I'll do the first part. You do the second part. You ready?
All right.
Be legendary.
And have fun storming the gates. Or
You
the castle.
Dick.
Did I mess it up?
Have fun storming the castle. Didn't you ever see a Princess Bride?
I'm messing it up.
Okay.
Let's do it again. Let's do it one more time. We're going to finish it right.
Oh, my God. It's Billy Crystal when he brings back, what's his name, and they go off to save the princess. Have fun storming the castle. You got to sound like an old Jewish guy.
Okay, let's do it again.
God,
I'll try better.
Storming the gates. That's the freaking worst.
Is
All
it?
right. Be legendary.
And have fun storming the castle. It's
sound like an
slightly
old
better.
Jewish
We'll
guy.
work on it.
All right, we'll work on it. Well, you work on pledging on Madcaps.
Yes, absolutely. Find me on everywhere, every podcast from now until 30 days are done.
Have fun. Later.